taken this pain to realize the truth. You have been through all the things I've been through. You can be my muse, I'll write these songs for you. Now I'm shaken, stirred, awakened, taking this pain to realize the truth. So take the craving, take away the craving, take away the craving for me. Keep me away from you. Finally found the key to set me free.
Friend, Alcohol always says, what is it? Ladies, gentlemen, both and neither. I feel that's a little bit too long, so I'm just going to shorten it down. Friends and enemies, welcome to FirrCon! I'm so glad all you could come out to FirrCon, a convention dedicated and celebrated every aspect of me. As you know, I am Fir, and you all love me very, very much. I've always wanted to host a convention dedicated to myself, but I realized that I don't necessarily have the time, energy, or patience to do things like navigate logistics with a hotel, or book catering, or hire acts. So I just decided I was going to steal IFC's infrastructure and do it myself. Somehow they let me go along with it, so thank you all for coming out to this wonderful brand new convention that I've never done before except at First Squared one time last minute. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce you to our Director of Programming, Fir. Hi everyone, I'm Fir. I'm in charge of the programming for this convention. We've got a lot of amazing acts ready for you today. We have a fully packed schedule. We have so many performers. I'm so excited for you to see. In fact, if you want to see, like, here's our sketch. You can always refer to the pocket schedule that should have been given to you when you came into registration. Does everyone have their pocket schedule? Anyone not have their pocket schedule? Point at him and laugh. All right. We have some amazing panels such as Whose Fur Is It Anyway? The World's Easiest Game Show, Too Much Fur Makes the Baby Go Blind, Uncle Fur's Story Hour, and one of the highlights of every convention, the charity auction. So in fact, I'm actually going to take it over to our charity liaison, Fir, to talk about the charity auction. Hi guys, I'm Fir. I'm in charge of the charity auction this year. In addition to stealing IFC's infrastructure, their hotel, and their attendees, we're going to also steal their charity. So later this con, we will have a charity auction supporting the Exotic Animal Rescue and Pet Sanctuary. I don't know if it's ERPS or ERPS, so I'm not going to say that. But if you guys, for real though, if you haven't checked out their table yet, it's absolutely fantastic. It's a very, very good charity. IFC's worked with them before. They make excellent use of your money. And like Alkali says, if you can give, please give. If you can't, where's my award? That's what he says, right?
Yeah, close enough.
Okay. So without any further ado, I would like to officially declare FirrCon. Oh wait, I forgot one thing. Let me introduce you to our guest of honor lead to introduce our guest of honor. Hi everyone, I'm Fir. I'm the guest of honor liaison. And the person that is our guest of honor this year is absolutely, truly a stunning individual. It's someone who I admire very much. It's someone who I think is just truly a bright spot to this convention. I think that this person, they have done so much to the fandom that I cannot start to put it into words. I am so incredibly honored and so wonderfully blessed to introduce our guest of honor, Fir. Hey everyone, it's Fur. I'm super excited to be your guest of honor this year's FirrCon. I've got so much stuff planned. I'm running a little bit late. The directions were a little bit gross getting here, but wait, Fur, what do you mean the directions were gross? They were super easy to follow. Yeah. Wait, where are you? I'm in Italy. Indy! You were supposed to go to Indy. What? Indianapolis? Oh, that explains so much. Okay, don't worry. I'll hop a flight. I'll be there first thing tomorrow. The con's only an hour long. What do you mean only an hour? I mean, it's only an hour because... Bless you. Thank you. It's only an hour because that's all the time I can get. Oh my god, don't worry. Don't worry, I've got an idea. Oh, I don't like when he says it. Well, I'm sure we'll never see him again. Friends, enemies, traitors to the state, welcome to FirrCon. I officially declare this convention open. Welcome to Whose Fur Is It Anyway? My name's Fur, and I'm going to be introducing you to our wonderful assortment of improv games, improv choices, and other weird things. Who the fuck put that table down? All right. So if you're familiar with the concept of Whose Fur Is It Anyway, you know this is an improv game. It's also audience participation. So who wants to be in our first game? Please raise your hands. Everyone has their hands raised up. Come up, stand in front of this row. The first game we're going to be playing is an improv classic called Scenes from a Hat. I don't have a hat on, so I'm going to use my tablet. I do not have a hat on.
Do you need a hat, Fur?
No, I don't want a hat.
Okay.
These are pre-scripted anyway. Yeah, if you want to...
These are pre-scripted. Oh my god.
All right. So, the point of Scenes from a Hat. I'm going to jump on your lights. Scenes from a Hat. I'm going to yell out a scene, and they're going to perform. Little skits based on it. Please keep it under a few seconds, and also remember, this is a PG-13 panel. There's only one F word allowed, and I already used it. All right, Scenes from a Hat. Weird things to get turned on by. Go. Just step forward.
Step forward if you know it. Good.
A light bulb.
True.
Ladies and gentlemen, both and neither, welcome to FirrCon.
A computer.
Get one, good. You're right.
Fish.
Go. Keep passing around.
A dimensional warp.
A switch.
I'm an asexual, so if I get turned on by anything, trail off sentence here.
All right, last one.
The fall of the Indiana government.
Woo! True. All right, next one. Unlikely cartoon characters to cameo in an adult film.
Bluey.
Damn it!
Oh!
Scooby-Dooby-Doo!
Number 1.
Are you ready, kids?
Oh yeah, Captain!
Thing 1 and Thing 2.
All right, last one.
Princess Celestia.
Oh! All right, last Scenes from a Hat. Conventions you don't want to be invited to.
FirrCon.
I knew it.
Basement Con.
Magic the Gathering. I don't know if this counts as PG-13, but Rainforest.
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, both and neither, your guests of honor of BronyCon 2023, Fur!
I deserve this hell. Last one.
CranCon.
Oh, all right, everyone, please give our performers a large round of applause. Status, you stay up. Iggy, you stay up. Silence, you get up here. Yeah, all of you three, please get on these chairs right up here.
Okay.
Get on these
There's
chairs.
stairs over there.
Alright.
I need someone who is good at improv. I need someone who I really enjoy. Hey, guess what? Our previous guest of honor. Hi. Hi, what's your name?
Gashi.
Kashi? Yeah. Oh, nice. So, Kashi, are you familiar with the dating game? No. Okay, well, what happens is these three people on these stage are going to be your wonderful brides-to-be. All right, so you can just step outside real quick.
Red needs to go back on.
So the point of dating game is Kashi over there has to decide on, has tried to figure out what the personality traits of these three people are. So let's get some suggestions. What is silence? What's a party? What's a quirk about it? What's something that someone can guess? Someone give me something. Okay, we got alkali. All right, and then what is Iggy? Someone give me an example for something. Give me like a quirk. Like we can't just have celebrities. Wait, alkali. No. All right, Iggy, you are slowly shrinking. And status? Anyone got one for status?
Paranoid.
Oh,
About crayons. Paranoid about crayons.
you're just paranoid that someone's gonna hand you a crayon.
No, but what's my quirk?
All right, Kasi, where are you at?
Oh, they have a mic.
Contestant number one, if we were... Sit down first! Hello. So, contestant number one. If we were to go to a beach, which beach would we go to?
I don't know! How much weed is there?
Contestant number two. If we were to go to a rainforest, which one would we go to?
Well, seeing the forest through the trees, seeing. You know, it's very nice. Can you kind of come with me? You make me feel a little bit comfortable, and you make me feel very, very comfortable. I mean, it's those damn cataracts again.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Contestant number three. If you were invited to a convention, would it be FirrCon?
You know, I don't know if it would be FirrCon because there's a lot of people there and a lot of them are also carrying things that I don't want and I've got enough of, so please stop handing them to me.
You deserve all the crayons you have.
I do not deserve this hell. You don't have any, do you?
I already gave you the couple crayons that I have. What's your guess? What? What is status?
Oh,
Okay, so that's what it is. You didn't explain the name, like the game to me.
You've never played it? Okay.
I actually have never played this before.
Oh my god.
Okay, so status must be someone with severe social anxiety.
Right, but what's my quirk?
Work, having social anxiety. Give me a little more specific. Oh no. When first said that I was good at improv, it's best if you guys have like really low standards, and then you might have a good time. So I don't know. So Iggy has maybe went to LASIK and wants to tell everyone about it, but actually it failed.
Is everything getting a little myopic in here?
I don't know what that means. Iggy, I know that you're actually blind. You just really like weed.
I don't like being next to you anymore. I'm going to go over here where it feels a little bit more comfortable.
I don't understand.
Oh my God, why are you so far gone now?
What are you talking about? You someone that's super nearsighted? So very nearsighted. So why are you on the floor?
But I'm on the floor. I've always been on the floor. Wait, why is everything so far away?
Are you someone getting smaller and smaller? Yes! Oh my God. You just really want a blunt. You're alkali, correct! Alkali, that's what it was. Yeah, of course. Yeah, what am I thinking? Well, so you didn't say anything about alcohol. Wow. Status, I have no idea. Status, where would we go for the shortest walk?
For the shortest walk?
For the shortest walk.
For the shortest walk, we would go to probably like Yvette's speakers, probably about the fewest amount of steps that we could take. And I think it's nice and safe away from the audience, the people who have been handing me crayons all weekend.
Okay. So, your quirk is that you don't want to be with the audience? You want to be like backstage? You want to stay away from people?
You're very close.
You don't want to get COVID?
You mind if I just kind of smoke one up right now?
Yeah, go ahead. Go. Yep. Do that. Do the thing. Yep. You can do. Yeah. I'm gonna go over here now.
Oh no.
I've got enough of those. I don't need any more.
I gotta put it out.
Ah, Jesus Christ!
Someone that's actually afraid of crayons.
Yes!
Wow.
Okay. Fantastic work. Thank you all so very much. Now, as a time on our FirrCon tradition, I need to give you the traditional greeting and salutation. Get the fuck off my stage.
Adios.
You got it, boss. Thank you all so much for coming out to Whose Fur Is It Anyway? Up next is a very educational panel. Hello everyone, my name is Fur. I'm here, I'm very happy to see so many happy faces out here to be interested in this subject. Last time I did this one, there was only like 3 or 4 people, so I really do appreciate the enthusiasm. Quite a lot of people I've discovered are very much interested in the subject of my research. My name is Fur. I consider myself a subject matter in this field, even though I don't technically have a degree or any type of accredited research in this. I do consider myself someone who has over 10 years of experience with this subject, and it's really heartening to see all you out here as well to be a part of this. So without further ado, let's begin the presentation. This is a ranking of all the bathrooms in the Epcot theme park at Walt Disney World. So some of you may be wondering what my testing methodology is. It's ranked upon ease of access, aesthetics, and size to location ratio. Small bathroom doesn't necessarily mean a bad bathroom, but a properly sized bathroom is just perfect. In addition to my personal experience, I did have 3 colleagues over, and we did an extensive day of research. They said it was the worst day ever, but I don't understand why. We didn't waste time on any of the rides or the attractions. We just hit the really good parts. So a history of Epcot Center, we don't really know when it was made, and we know there are at least 19 restrooms in the park. And I understand we all know this, we're all completely familiar with this, but just a real quick recap of the 2 types of Disney bathrooms. You have the thoroughfare type restroom, which is a restroom that is usually along a walkway. It's usually the restroom of convenience. You're going to another attraction, you see a bathroom, and you might as well stop. Versus the attached style bathrooms, which are usually next to like a next to a restaurant or next to a little plaza. They're kind of the bathrooms of necessity. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So Japan Pavilion is the worst restroom of all of Epcot. It only has 1 stall for the men's room and 2 stalls for the ladies' room. It's way in the back of the pavilion and makes no sense because of course they have so much real estate back there. Everyone knows that the Planned Japan ride that never actually happened. The Seas is the next one. Even though it's all the way in the back of the attraction, it is always busy. I think it's a physiological response because it's inside of an aquarium, and naturally being around that much water, you just kind of got to go. Inside of France, there's 2 single stall restrooms. I've never seen anyone actually use them, so I'm convinced that it's kind of an elder quarter. The downstairs of the Land Pavilion is also next to a ride that's themed after an airport, so I feel this is another physiological response where, the first thing you want to do when you get off an airplane is, go take a leak. Germany has the smallest of the thoroughfare class restrooms, but the upside to it is at least you can look at some cool trains while you wait for your friend to finish. Spaceship Earth East, refurbished in 2021. Fantastic restroom, lots of nice bright colors, and it is the closest restroom to Gateway Gifts, which is the place I bought a French press once. Spaceship Earth West is an exact clone of it, but I give it a little bit higher ranking because the colors are cooler. Upstairs on the land, there's this really nice, we're getting to the mid-tier of restrooms, just so you know. It's out of the way, it's very nice and quiet, and it doesn't seem to get very much use, despite the fact that it's rather large. Innovations East is a very large bathroom. Very spacious, but the building feels like you're in kind of just the middle of the street because it's kind of, there's nothing around it. You feel like you're on stage when you go to go use the restroom. This was the first restroom I used when I first went to Epcot back in 2008, so it kind of does hold a little bit of a special place in my heart. Ratatouille is the newest restroom. It was just built last year, and unlike the other bathrooms in all of Epcot, this one uses Toto brand toilets. instead of the American standard that the rest of the park uses. Innovations West is a brand new refurb. It's only 4 weeks old, and it looks fantastic. It's just a tribute to the amazing engineering that Bathroom Imagineering came up with. The American Pavilion is the largest restroom in the park, because, you know, America. But the one downside to it is if you're going to make it a destination event, this is the furthest restroom from the entrance of the park, so expect to have a long walk if that's the only thing you plan on doing. Questions at the end. Thank you. Odyssey has a weirdly large restroom, but it has very little use because of its weird placement. There's only that little tiny door to let you into it, so if you're at Epcot, I highly recommend visiting this one. It is a hidden gem. Norway is unsurprisingly, the crowd favorite. The entrance is the only downside to it. It does not look as regal on the inside, or the outside as it does on the inside, and they're really doing a disservice not selling it that way. Last minute, drum roll please. I've got to introduce this one because this is a gorgeous restroom. This is one of the best bathrooms I've ever seen in my life. Just a perfect amount of bathroom design. As you enter it, you're going down a private walkway that is only for users of this restroom. To your right is rolling hills surrounded by flowering bushes, and to your right is a gorgeous building with beautiful multicolored geometry. You walk in, you take a 180, and the bathroom is flanked by beautiful topiaries above you and gorgeous color. Of course, we're talking about the Imagination Pavilion restroom. It is just such a gorgeous restroom. It is one of the best, and if you could only go to one restroom at Epcot, it would absolutely have to be this one. So that's it. Thank you very much. I will now be taking questions. Yes?
Which bathroom would you say has the best stalls to urinal ratio?
The best stall to urinal ratio is actually probably the American Pavilion. Yes?
Yes, so for your classifications, are these men's rooms, women's rooms, or gender-neutral bathrooms?
So Disney has a pod system where there is always a male restroom, a female restroom, and 1 or 2 companion restrooms, which are technically gender neutral. They are moving into a new concept where where they have multiple gender neutral stalls instead.
Oh, excellent.
Yes.
Considering that the American Pavilion restroom is the largest, is it supposed to represent Texas?
No. Yes.
Yes, what is the average time of occupancy?
4. Yes.
Which one's the cleanest and which one's the dirtiest?
They are all immaculately clean because it's Disney. They're militant about that. All right, thank you all. That's enough for my time. You all have a wonderful day. Up next is the game show.
Wait, I gotta go this way for the costume change.
Friends and family, welcome to the world's easiest game show. I need one contestant right now. Who would like to be my contestant? Oh, Mr. Pendez, please come up to the front of the stage.
Yeah, Pendez!
Now, one of my biggest issues I've ever had is that game shows are just way too confusing. There's stairs back there if you need them.
On stage.
Yeah, on stage. Bathrooms are just bathrooms. That last panel is so refreshing. Game shows have always been just incredibly confusing. Game shows have been incredibly confusing. It has way too many questions that have really, really deep, complicated answers. I wanted to make a game show that anyone could win. I wanted to make it an incredibly easy game show. Pendez, the point of this game show is incredibly simple. I'm going to ask you 10 questions. And if you get all 10 questions correctly, you win our grand prize, a $22.50 gift card to Tim Hortons. I'm sorry I had to go buy a double-double. Woohoo! All right, without further ado, someone put 60 seconds on the clock. Oh, that's me. All right. How long did the 100 Years' War last?
100 years.
What country makes Panama hats?
Panama.
From what animal do we get catgut?
Cats.
In what month do the Russians celebrate the October Revolution?
October.
What is a camel's hair brush made out of?
Camel hair.
The Canary Islands in the Pacific are named after what animal?
Canaries.
What was King George VI's first name?
George.
What color is a purple finch?
Oh, it's like a darkish blue. I'm gonna say purple.
What country are Chinese gooseberries from?
Chinese. No, that's not a country. China.
How do you spell your name?
Yourname.
Thank you very much. All right, let's see how you did. All right. The first question. How long did the 100 Years' War last? You said 100 years. The answer is 116. What country do we get Panama hats from? Ecuador. From which animal do we get catgut? Horses. In what months do the Russians celebrate the October Revolution? November. What is a camel's hair brush made out of? Squirrel fur. The Canary Islands in the Pacific are named after what type of animal? You said canaries. The answer is dogs. What was King George's VI's first name? Albert. What color is a purple finch? It is actually crimson. Where are Chinese gooseberries from? New Zealand. And how do you spell your name? Congratulations, you got that one right. Everyone, please give Pam a wonderful round. 1 out of 10, congratulations. You just got a B+ in the American education system. Thank you all so very much for coming out. Up next, we have Too Much Light Makes the Baby Go Fur. Thank you all for coming out. I should have put some interstitial music in this because I forgot I got to do my costume change.
Talk among yourselves! Hi, how are you? I'm great, thank you. Everyone answers you. I was talking to one person.
Have you acquired the rainbow yet?
Unfortunately, I have, and then some.
Welcome to Too Much Light Makes the Baby Go Fur! My name is Fur! If you're not familiar with this concept, let me explain to you really quickly. Up on stage, I have 5 plays to play. Some of them are hilarious, some of them are poignant. One of them is fucking depressing. If you want to hear any of these plays, I'm going to say the magic word, and that magic word gets curtain. When I say curtain, I want to hear you yell out numbers, and when I hear the first number I hear is the one I'm going to pull out. So let's practice a little bit. Curtain! 3! Curtain! 3! Curtain! 3! Fantastic! If you want to know what these plays are, look at your menu on your, the menu on your schedule. Here right on the right side. All right, for real though, let's go. Curtain! 3! 4! Oh, I didn't hear one. What? Curtain! 4! I heard 3.
Yes. Heard wrong.
Fur's favorite SFW joke. Fur's favorite SFW joke? Go. What is Whitney Houston's favorite type of coordination? Hand curtain! 4! I heard 2. Wait, I heard 4. 4! Wow, group mind. Fur's favorite NSFW joke. Fur's favorite NSFW joke? Go! Okay, so there's 2 guys, and they're at a bar, and one guy gets so incredibly drunk, he throws up all over himself, and he goes, oh my God, my wife's gonna know I'm drunk, she's gonna kill me. The other guy says, don't worry. What you need to do, go in your wallet, pull out a $20 bill, put it in your front pocket. And what you're gonna do when you get home is you're gonna tell your wife, dude, honey, I'm so sorry, but some guy threw up on me, but he gave me 20 bucks to get the shirt cleaned. The guy goes, oh my gosh, you're a genius. So he sneaks home, and the wife goes, oh my God, you got drunk, didn't you? He's like, no, honey. No. I was at the bar, a guy threw up on me, but it's okay. He gave me $20 to go get the shirt cleaned. And the wife goes, aw, honey, let's get you go cleaned up and get you to bed. And then she goes, honey, there's $40 in here. And the guy goes, oh, yeah. He also shit my pants.
Why?
5?
Why?
I heard 5. Fur walks into a bar. Oh, this is the depressing one.
Yay.
Fur walks into a bar, go. Fur walks into a bar, he says, ow. Someone yells, someone should update is Fur injured. Fur remembers back when that joke was funny. 2016, Fur got diagnosed with Meniere's disease, which is a balance condition. Now anytime Fur is pushed, shoved, or even jostled a little bit, Fur falls over. And instead of having people help him out, people just say, oh, Fur got injured again, let's go make fun of him. Fur falls into a bit of a depression, and he starts lashing out at people that make that joke, knowing that they mean it with nothing but the best of intentions. Fir goes to therapy for 3 years to deal with this. Earlier this year, Fir got surgery, so now he no longer has that condition. But Fir still can't, for some reason, shake the fact that when he hears that he just goes into a bit of a depression. Curtain!
2.
6.
Number 2. Fir takes a break. Thanks.
Woo!
Number 1. Fir has an existential crisis while performing a karaoke version of What's Up by the band Four Non Blondes. Go!
And so I cry sometimes when I'm lying in bed just to get it all out what's in my head. And I'm feeling a little peculiar. And so I wake up in the morning and I step outside and I take a deep breath and I get real high and I scream at the top of my lungs, what's going on? And I said,
or whatever the fuck I called this. Oh, up next is the one bummer panel at every convention. Is my clicker back there?
you want a physicist to speak at your funeral. You want the physicist to talk to your grieving family about the conservation of energy, so they will understand that your family has not died. You want your physicist to remind your sobbing mother about the first law of conservation of energy. The law that says no energy gets created and none is destroyed. You want your mother to know that all of your energy, every vibration, every BTU of heat, every wave of every particle that was her beloved child remains with her in this world. You want the physicist to tell your weeping father that amid the energies of the cosmos, you gave as good as you got. And at one point you hope the physicist would step down from the pulpit and walk to your broken-hearted spouse there in the pew and tell him that all of the photons that ever bounced off your face, all of the particles whose paths were interrupted by your smile, by the touch of your hair, hundreds of trillions of particles have raced off like children, their ways forever changed by you. And as your widow rocks in the arms of the loving family, may the physicist let her know that all the photons that ever bounced from you were gathered in the particle detectors that are her eyes. That those photons created within her constellations of electromagnetically charged neurons whose energy will go on forever. And the physicist will remind the congregation of how much all of our energy is given off as heat. There may be a few fanning themselves with the programs as he says it. And he will tell them that the warmth that flowed through you in life is still here, still a part of all that we are, even as we who mourn continue the heat of our own lives. And you want the physicist to explain to those who loved you that they need not have faith. Indeed, they should not have faith. Let them know that they can measure, that scientists have measured precisely the conservation of energy and found it accurate, verifiable, and consistent across space and time. You can hope your family will examine the evidence and satisfy themselves that the science is sound, and that they'll be comforted to know that your energy is still around. According to the law of conservation of energy, not one bit of you is gone. You're just less orderly. Amen. Aaron Freeman wrote that, and I'm just gonna start talking because I got a minute. The very first Indy FirrCon that I went to, I thought I could just walk from the Greyhound station to the hotel. So, despite bitching and complaining, Quasi drove the 20 miles to come pick me up at 2 in the morning. At that hotel, I met Christopher for the first time. And if any of you guys know the chalice bit that I used to do, that was because he stole that picture from that hotel for me. And to this day, I do not know why. And here in Indy, I met Haku for the first time. And you know, a friendship's gonna go really well when, after you meet, you both text a mutual friend, who the fuck was that loud asshole at the party last night? I think conventions are magic. I've been going to these the entirety of my adult life, and I think the true magic is the interactions we have with one another. The jokes we share in the hallway, the laughs we have in these panels, the deep emotional cry you have at 2 a.m. in the hotel lobby. Conventions are always going to be changing. Conventions are always going to be growing and shifting, and they're going to look so different than they do now. But they have been indelibly and irrevocably marked upon by those who have come before us. I am not a religious man by any means, but one thing that gives me just the littlest bit of solace is that the positive energy, not in any like metaphorical sense, not in any practice, but physically, the positive energy I put into these things. My hope is that just a little of that is going to continue on and keep going and inspiring and growing more and more and helping to shape things that I do not even know. My hope is that by giving just a little bit, that I'll continue on long after I'm gone. If you have a glass, please raise it with me as we toast to absent friends. Thank you.
Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Holy shit, I have to follow that? Ladies and gentlemen, both and neither, welcome to the Three-Headed Monster. My name is Fir, but if you don't like my music, don't worry. We've got Fir and Fir backstage. And if you don't like what I'm doing, just like Chicago weather, wait about 5 minutes and you'll probably end up stabbed. Now, if you know there's one thing that I enjoy, there's one thing that I love in my life more than anything else. And you all know what it is. It is my maze, marijuana. It is marijuana. I love smoking the doobies. I love snorting the spliffs. I love chugging the bong water. It is all good to me. So I'm going to tell you about my very first time. I was in college and my roommate was an asshole, which is why I should have been more suspicious when he offered me a brownie. He told me to take 2. They were small, so I took 3. About a half hour later, he starts laughing his ass off, tells me they were weed brownies, and then he leaves me. So I'm sitting alone on my couch, clutching my knees, thinking, oh my God, what's going to happen? Am I going to be okay? Do I have enough water? Do I need to write a will? And then all those thoughts went away, and the only thing that I wanted was a cookie. I didn't have any cookies, but I knew where cookies came from, so I opened up my freezer, and I pulled out a pint of Ben & Jerry's cookie dough. There's some more words, but I don't have time to read that. I opened it up, and oh my God, there's ice cream in here! So I spend the next hour meticulously scooping out every bit of cookie dough, bit by bit, and throwing away the ice cream, because who wants ice cream when you're high? I remember my grandma's recipe exactly. 350 degrees at 13 minutes, not a second more. So I put the cookies in the oven, I started the timer. I remember the last 13 seconds perfectly because my roommate came in. The door opens, and he just looks at me like, hey. Hi. You doing okay? Yeah, cookies! Because it takes about an extra 5 seconds for your hands to remind your brain that when you want to pull a cookie sheet out of the oven, you should probably be wearing gloves. Thank you all so very much. The next performer coming up is my mate, the love of my life, Fir. Hi, everyone! charisma to go up first. I don't have the charisma to go up first, and if I go up last, you guys will just leave early, so here I am in the middle. Anyway, a lot of people say I do nothing but gross out humor, so I'm going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to talk about something near and dear to my heart. That's right, my genitalia. Who's ready for ball cancer jokes? So I'm fine now. You're allowed to laugh at these. Please laugh at these. My doctor was absolutely fantastic. Right before the surgery, he asked me if I was interested in getting a prosthetic put in. I said, Doc, why stop at one? Can I get like 2 or 3? I want to be like David Bowie in Labyrinth. Sadness, ask someone else to get that. We'll give you that reference. Oh man, the nurses were super nice to me when I was doing recovery. But the thing is, they would give me those like little weird platitudes that don't really mean anything. Like, oh, you're so brave, you're so strong. They're nice, but they don't really mean much. They did tell me one thing that really brought a lot of comfort, though. Yes, this process is covered by your insurance. My friends Vinny and Sue, if you know them, they were super supportive of me. They gave me a t-shirt that said, I hope the radiation gives me superpowers. Couple of notes. One, it was chemo and not radiation. And 2, the only superpower that I got is somehow I can make any party incredibly awkward in 10 seconds by bringing it up. That's about my time, so if I can just give you one piece of advice before I leave, it's that if you approach any hardship in life, approach it with a little bit of humility and some humor, because otherwise you're just going to go nuts. Up next performing, oh God. Parody versions of Christian hymns. It's Lord Fur! There is a balm that's in my bag to mend your wounded hole. There is a balm that's in my bag to mend your wounded hole. I must apologize for when I saw you twerking at the dance. I had assumed that you could take my 11-inch flare chance. There is a balm, don't tell my dad about your wounded hole. There is a balm that's in my bag to mend your wounded soul. Normally I have more stuff about pandas, but he's so white bread recently, I got nothing. Good night. No matter how hard I try, you keep pushing me aside and I can't break through. There's no talking to you. It's so sad that you're leaving. It takes time to believe it. But after all is said and done, you're gonna be the lonely one. Do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside that says I really don't think you're strong enough now. Do you believe in life after love? I can feel something inside that says I really don't think you're strong enough now.
He said, son, when you grow up, will you be the savior of the broken, the beaten, and the damned? Thank you all so much. Have a good night. There's a calm surrender to the rush of day, when the heat of a rolling wind can be turned away. An enchanted moment, and it sees me through. It's enough for this restless warrior just to be with you. 2, 3, 4. Can you feel the love tonight? It is where we are. It's enough for this wide-eyed wanderer that we got this far. There's a time for everyone if they only learn that this twisting kaleidoscope moves us all in turn. There's a rhyme and a reason to the wild outdoors. It's the heart of this star-crossed warrior beats in time with yours. And can you feel the love tonight? How it's laid to rest. It's enough to make kings and vagabonds believe the very best. My name is Uncle Fur. Welcome to my story hour. Quite a large number of you have pondered why so many musicians, performers, and other comedians do not get a spot at FirrCon, yet somehow I get an hour of main stage time every year to talk about my trips to Europe and my weird obsession with the German peoples. That's a fair question, and there's a fair answer to that. Fuck you, I'm the boss. But I listen to my criticism, so I will not be telling you about a trip to Europe. I will be telling you about a whole entirely different type of trip. Several years ago, I was invited as guest of honor to Texas Furry Fiesta. However, they had forgotten to arrange my travel, book my hotel room, or invite me. So I'm driving from Orlando, Florida, my home, to Dallas, Texas. The drive itself was uneventful with one small exception. When I was in Alabama, I noticed an Airstream diner as I was driving by. I had to stop. I had never been to one before. I don't thought those existed in those pictures and those Nickelodeons I've seen from my youth. The meal was chicken and potatoes. It was fantastic. No complaints, but I did have to ask the waitress one question. I said, "Ma'am, I noticed on your children's menu there is a mayonnaise sandwich. Can you tell me what that is?" And she goes, "Yeah. Piece of bread, put some mayonnaise on, a little salt and pepper, another piece of bread. Kids love it because it's tasty, parents love it because it's cheap." So thank you very much, ma'am, and I was on my way. I was telling that story to a couple of my colleagues in England. We were driving from London to Birmingham, and their response was, and I'm going to try their accent, and I'm sorry if I butcher it a little tiny bit. "Oh, you dumb Americans! You come over to our country and you say our food is bland, and then you come up with this shit, a mayonnaise sandwich? Sacre bleu!" So the drive is about 2 hours long, and if you know anything about Brits, it's about 1 hour longer than they can sit in a car at any one spot. So we stopped at a pub along the way. I had fish and chips, and it was fantastic, except I had to ask the waitress one thing. I said, "Ma'am, I noticed on your children's menu you have a thing called a toast sandwich. Could you explain to me what that is?" And she goes, yeah. Take a piece of bread, put some toast in between it, a little bit of salt and pepper and some butter, and another piece of bread. Kids love it because it's cheap. Parents love it because it's kids love it because it's tasty. Parents love it because it's cheap. So thank you very much, ma'am. The rest of the ride, blissfully silent. I was regaling that story to a couple of my colleagues in Australia. I've already used my one F-bomb this convention, so I have to paraphrase. Us dumb Americans and those dumb Brits, you'd never find any stupid stuff like that down in Australia because they eat real food. So we stopped at a restaurant, and I had a beetroot burger, which is absolutely fantastic. Except I had to ask a woman, the waitress, a question. I said, ma'am, can't help but notice on the kids' menu you have a thing called fairy bread. Which explained what that is, and she goes, yeah. Piece of bread, put some butter on it, then you cover it in sprinkles. Kids love it. She would have continued speaking had my colleague not put his hands on the table, slammed it, and says, that doesn't count! That's a dessert! I seem to have misplaced my wine glass, so if you'll excuse me, I'm going to head back into my hotel room and not socialize with any of you. Good evening.
Hi, everyone! Who's ready for PowerPoint karaoke? Who knows the concept of PowerPoint karaoke? Status, get up here right now while I explain to everyone else.
That's a bad idea.
Oh, it's a great idea. So PowerPoint karaoke is a very fine game. You have a presentation for us to give right now. The presentation composes of 10 slides. Each slide will be on the screen for 15 seconds, assuming the signal stays. Status, you have no idea what's going to be happening, but you're going to be giving a presentation of whatever subject comes up next. You can see the monitor right there in front of you. You have 15 seconds per slide. There is a countdown. Are you ready?
Absolutely not.
Okay, good. Let's go.
The world of dolphins. So I feel like the world of dolphins is simply a world that is made up of anthropomorphic dolphins. These dolphins... Yeah, so these dolphins, as I said, anthropomorphic dolphins, as you can see by these charts, this is, the part in green represents more than half of the dolphins that are involved in the world of dolphins. And the orange represents not that. I can't tell what animal is in there. There are other animals that are involved with the world of dolphins, including dolphins, and whatever other animal that is, because I can't really see it. Like I said, they're anthropomorphic. You can create them however you want, except for that one way. You can only have them separately. Oh my God, what? I feel like this isn't appropriate for this presentation, as I'm aware that this is an all-ages panel. So I'm not sure. So as you can see, these are all the locations of the world of dolphins, and how many felonies each of them have committed. So clearly, the rest of the world is in the lead. That is also probably not something that we should be displaying, as that is saved for the bedroom. Just awesome. And, oh my God. So in the world of dolphins, there's an ultrasound beam, and that one is awful, colorful. That is a female dolphin. You can clearly tell by the fact that it is a dolphin that happens to be female. And that's the end. Thank you.
Give it up for Status! Alright, so now that you understand the concept, does anyone else want to go up and give it a shot? Anyone here? Anyone who hasn't been up yet? Right there, sir. Please come up. And you can just stand right here and give the presentation.
Okay, cool. This is going to go terribly.
Alright, please introduce yourself.
My name's Riley. Yeah, that's me.
Are you ready? You can just look at these monitors for
Alright, cool. So, as you can tell, I'm a really good person for a diet and health thing. If you look at me, I got it all, and so I'm going to be teaching you guys about health and diet today. So this first thing, coffee. It's really good for you. It won't kill you. It's really good for your heart. It makes you feel really good on the inside, and if you keep drinking it, your heart will not explode. This was the spaghetti that I made my mom last night. It was the first good meal that I'd made her in years. You know, it was just a really good thing. I'm gonna be honest, I thought that was ramen at first. I'm kind of mortified. That's how we make sure that your sandwiches are proper when we make them. Oh, pills. Just have pills. From what I've heard from a lot of doctors that prescribe opioids, they're really good for you, and you can never overdose on them. Gangs. Sometimes you just gotta, that's how we make the kids, eat their veggies a day, even though they hate checkers. That's just how it works, exactly. A healthy life. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, don't know what to do with that. So the orange is the amount of checkers that kids eat. Those are the children that we try to play checkers with. It never rightfully works out properly because they're too small. It's terrifying, honestly. That's the new way that Angry Orchards are made. On my favorite drink, it will always be healthy, and that's the new spokesperson for Angry Orchard. This whole thing, actually, I lied. None of this is for health. This is a whole commercial for Angry Orchard. It's really good for you. Let's see. Thank you very much. Drink Angry Orchard. It's not at the bar. I'm sorry.
Thank you so very much. I was just informed we're running a little bit late, so we're just going to run right into... Oh, what? Okay, FirrCon. What? I think I figured out how I'm going to get there, all right? I'll see you in a few minutes. I don't like this. Is that a spaceship? Fir, what are you doing? It's time for the charity auction! All right, up for charity auction. Now remember, in addition to stealing Indy FirrCon's logistics, we're also stealing their charity. So this is going to help all those small, cute, animal, funny critters that are out in the front. I have 3 items up for auction today. And I think you're going to like all of them. Where is the first one? Here it is. The first one is inside of this case. I've been told that it has a worthless value, so we're going to start the bidding at $5. The way it's going to work is I'm going to yell out a number, you guys will yell out higher numbers. The person who has the highest number, when I say sold, gets to win the prize. I'm going to use the honor system. They're just going to go give the charity money because I don't have any way to actually process money. So, mystery prize number 1. We're going to start spending at $5. $5. Anyone want $5? 5. 10. 15 for the mystery prize. 20. 20 for the worthless mystery prize. Anyone else want to go higher than 20? $20 going once. $20 going twice. Who won? Who is it right there? $20 sold. Would you like to see what you won?
Yes.
You have won? Absolutely nothing! The second item up for auction, this is actually a thing. All of the fucking props from this show. We have an inflatable guitar, we have a $2 Party City top hat, and a butcher's smock because those are way cheaper than lab coats. Starting at $5, who wants all this stuff? 5, 10, 12, 12, 15, 20,
25.
20 what? 25? Yeah. 25. And you have anything higher than 25? Going once?
27.
27, going once, going twice, sold for status.
Yay!
Hey, come and get your shit.
Okay. Look, I'm not the guest of honor this time.
Yeah, it's Fir.
All right, and this last one is actually something you guys might be interested in. Does anyone remember the mustache story that I had a couple years ago?
Yes!
So for those of you who don't know, I was invited, I was fired from my job, and then about 2 weeks later, I was asked to re-interview for the same position. They didn't know it was me. So I decided I was going to go incognito wearing a fake mustache. This is that mustache. Please take this off of me. Bidding starts at $5. $569. Thank you. Okay, anything more than $569? Going once, going twice, sold. Thank you so much for your amazing bid. Remember, you have to go donate now. All right. Thank you all for coming to closing ceremonies. We're running just a hair late, so I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. This convention could not have been done without several of our staffers. I'd like to thank Fur, and Fur, as well as Fur and Fur backstage. Our panelists were Fur, and Fur. And also, big shout out to the AV crew in the back, Fur, and Fur. Quite honestly, like this was a kind of a new concept that I was trying to work, and I really appreciate that you guys came out here to try this out with me. This was the first time I actually got to plan a FirrCon and actually do it with more than 48 hours notice. Love you, Fur Squared.
Love you too.
And I really hope that you guys had some fun. And thank you all for coming out and celebrating me. It is kind of a shame that our guest of honor couldn't make it, but other than that, like I feel this con went really well. So thank you again. And without further ado, I would like to call this convention. Oh God, what?
It's okay.
What are you? Are you in space? Fur, what the? Fur, you idiot! No one can even tell what's going on, Fur. Are you in space? Is that the bit?
I'm coming, FirrCon! I'm on my way! I'm gonna make it! I'll be there! Don't worry! I'm coming! I'm coming, FirrCon!
Thank you all so very much for coming. I appreciate you all. Good night.
God bless you, you insane human being.
Silver Gato Man, he bought me a coffee. Silver Gato Man, here is the song for thee. He likes to video all the panels at the cons. You should go and watch them whether they are short or long. Silver Gato Man, you video that's not a jibe. All of you go to his YouTube channel and like and subscribe.